Hey, what's happening, guys? Rules for Rebels here, and I just wanted to talk quickly about two of probably the hottest products this month. Now, being able to find these, source these, get them to be able to resell was kind of a challenge. If you don't already have these in your possession, you probably missed the wave. But let's talk about these two hot products of the month. So we have the Snapchat spectacles or the Snapchat glasses, which are essentially sunglasses that have video cameras in them and allow you to Snapchat your life as you walk around. The other product is the Nintendo Classic. Nintendo re-released like a Nintendo version with an emulator that I think it comes with like 30 games, and then you can buy additional games for it. One odd thing about the Nintendo, and I think maybe an opportunity for some of you guys to make some money, Nintendo only gives one controller when you buy the game, and as of right now, they don't give you the option to purchase a controller separately, or if they do, it's already sold out. My girlfriend's cousin actually wound up managing to pick up two of these for her kids. And the reason she got two of them was because they don't give you an extra controller, and she knew they'd be killing themselves over which one gets to play the game. So she wound up buying two of them just so that she could get the second controller from the other one. The Nintendos, people on eBay are selling right now for as high as like $49,000. Obviously, none of them are actually selling at that price, but I believe there are completed listings and sales upwards of $1,200, and this is for an item that sells for, I think it's $59.95. We also have the Snapchat glasses. I don't recall exactly what the MSRP or the actual price that Snapchat sells these glasses for. Why the Snapchat glasses are so in demand is A, they're a popular product, people like Snapchat, but really why they're so difficult is Snapchat's doing kind of like a beta testing type thing right now, so they're releasing them in very small amounts and kind of seeing what people think about them, and they're releasing them in kind of a unique fashion. What they're actually doing is just basically doing pop-up vending machines. So for those of you guys not familiar with like concepts of like pop-up boutiques or pop-up vending machines or pop-up restaurants, really no warning, no announcement. They'll just pop up one day and there'll be a new restaurant or whatever else. Here in Chicago, we have a pop-up Saved by the Bell diner right now that like is designed to look like the Max. So they got burgers and stuff like that. Kind of a cool concept, but that's basically what Snapchat is doing with their glasses. I think it was in Venice Beach they did one rollout of the glasses so far. So we're just a second here. We're going to use Terapeak to pull some stats as well as Unicorn Smasher and see how well these things are selling. Nintendo numbers are through the roof. That's because they were actually sold in stores and some people actually could get them. The Snapchat glasses, so few of them have been released, and because of that release strategy, you're not seeing a ton of them for sale. So the numbers aren't going to be quite as impressive, but these are going to be a hot item as well. If you live in a major city, if you live in New York, LA, Chicago, maybe Houston, they are going to be doing more of these pop-up vending machines, so keep your eyes open. If you are lucky enough or fortunate enough to come across one of these machines, I would recommend buying as many of these glasses as you can. I used to work in the city right down in the Loop in Chicago. I don't work in the city anymore, but my girlfriend's brother who does, I told him, I said, man, keep your eyes out for those things. If you see a Snapchat vending machine, I said, buy the entire machine out. I said, I'll give you double whatever they cost. So, I got him on the lookout. So, let's see. What else do we want to say about these before we go over? Snapchat's new name, and Nintendo launched Spectacles and NES Classic Edition have proved to be the hottest tech items this month. The wearable glasses and retro gaming system are terribly difficult to come by, sold like hotcakes right when they rolled out. That means there's a lot of disappointed fans out there. They will be releasing more, but as we know about anything from iPhones to anything else, when something's in short supply, people will pay crazy prices for it. Let's see. Just to give you a little bit of info about the Nintendo NES Classic Edition, sells for $59.99. I don't think you're going to be able to find these in any stores. And let's pause the video and we'll take a look around on eBay and Amazon and see what these things are selling for. Okay, guys, so we're over here in Terapeak. For those of you guys not familiar with Terapeak, if you watch my videos, you should be. I use it a lot. I'll put a link in the description box below where you can get a free 7-day trial to Terapeak if you want to try it out for yourself. We just did a search on Nintendo Classics. So right now, the average sales price is $166.66. You might be able to see some deals going for a little bit less than this. You'll probably see a lot of them going for quite a bit more than this, 2, 3, 4, 5 times as much money as this. Average shipping price is $12.72. Average start price is $89.85. And surprisingly, it doesn't have as high of a sell-through rate. I'd expect like 100% sell-through rate. We're at 65.62%, which is definitely respectable, but not nearly as big as I'd expect. The time of day when you sell best is 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. Best day of the week is Fridays. But look at these sales numbers, over $2 million, $2,059,382 worth of these were sold. It looks like uh, they sell best at around midnight, but there is a peak from like 5 to 7 p.m. or so. Oh yeah, look at all these listings. You know what? I think what happened is pretty much they must have rolled out sometime during this week. Everybody listed them on Friday and Saturday, and probably they all sold out. Well, we'll take a look in a second and see if there's any active listings for these still up right now. Let's see. Duration is 1 day because most of these were selling out right away. They're all being listed in video games. And let's look at this price. Some lucky people were apparently able to buy these. Oh wow, a lot of lucky people were able to buy these for close to retail price. You know, a penny to $63.99. It retails for $59. But let's look at the price. 94 of these sold from $64 up to as much as $10,000. I'm guessing if somebody paid $10,000 for one of these, they're crazy. I'm guessing what happened is somebody maybe bought an auction and didn't actually wind up paying for it. If you're lucky enough to have one of these and you want to list it, here's the keywords you're going to want to put in your listing: NES, edition, mini, games, 30, system, console, new, entertainment, and controller. Oh, wow, look at this. So the highest priced listing was an auction. It ended at $10,000. There was one bidder. I find it hard to believe that this guy actually followed through and paid. As we know, unlike buy it now listings, auctions, somebody can buy it and not actually pay. We have another one that sold for $9,999.99. That's pretty crazy. I find it hard to believe that whoever won those auctions actually wound up following through and paying for them. But who knows? Here we can look at some auctions that ended. Wow, look at this: $5,200, $5,000, $4,000, and these are buy it now. So somebody actually paid cash for this. So if you were lucky enough, or if you were smart enough to run out to Walmart, stand in line, and buy one of these in advance, you buy it for $59.95, and there's confirmed sales upwards of $10,000. Buy it now. So if somebody actually, okay, so this is a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a lot of 6 of them. But yeah, I mean, look, here's single units people are buying for $5,000. That is quite a come up if you can grab one of those for $59 and turn around and sell it for $5,000. Look at the amount of interest. 81 bids on this one. They started at $9.99, have 81 bids and ran it up to over $2,200. So these things are selling like crazy. Let's take a look and see. I think this graph's going to be pretty crazy looking in terms of the cost of the product and the number of sellers with it. Let's see here. Okay. So wow, look at this. Total listings. Nobody was selling them because they weren't released. So they must have been released on this Thursday. Ton of listings went up Friday, and I think we're going to see this drop off pretty quickly because most there weren't that many released, and most of them sold out pretty quickly. We also see the price rising. So even though some sold for thousands of dollars, we see the price on Thursday. People had them listed for like $100. Looks like it's up to $200. I'm not sure how these ones are selling for $10,000, but it's happening. And then let's see the sellers who are selling the most of these. Probably going to take a second to pull up here. I'll pause the video. Oh, here we go. Okay, wow. Some guy sold 3 of them. Obviously, this $30,000 isn't all from video games. He's selling other things as well. But okay, so a lot of people, 100% sell-through ratings. These are all the guys who have those for sale. And then lastly, let's see if they sell for more money internationally than they do in the USA. This might be a product where, like, in the US, you can get $200, but in Germany, you can get like $2,000. Let's take a look. The average price is the highest on eBay.com, so US. Sell-through rating is just slightly highest in the US, actually sell-through rating is highest in Germany, followed by the UK. Successful listings by far USA. So yeah, Nintendo Classic, man, if you guys can manage to get your hand on one of these, big money there. Also, like I said, they're only giving out one controller with these. So if you happen to somehow have a buddy who works at a video game store or something and has access to actual, real, licensed, authorized, legit controllers, and you can somehow get your hands on them, you can probably make a killing. I'm just curious here. Let's take a quick look at controllers. Okay, we'll search controller. Yeah, I'm gonna pause the video. This is like, oh, never mind. It was freezing for a second. Okay, so it's not pulling anything for controller. Let's see if we got any Snapchat glasses on here. We'll move on to Snapchat. And you know, it's kind of odd. If we go on here, I'm surprised there's no third-party seller. Oh, you know what's probably happening? I think Amazon is probably blocking third-party sellers from selling this, because if we see this, buy Nintendo, currently unavailable, it's sold out. And basically what's happened, the reason this has such low reviews, a lot of people were, oh, you know, they must have allowed third-party sellers, because I That's why it got such low feedback. Basically, people had these units listed for such an insane price that people, most of the comments I'm guessing are going to be like, "Oh, stop price gouging," nothing to do with the quality of the product, but just people mad about how. Let's see, the corded controller is the only thing that comes up short, only a 28-inch cord. So that's pretty short. You got to be pretty close to the TV. I think most of the low reviews are going to be people complaining about the price. Let's see if we can take a look here. Okay, so we'll look at the low reviews. Trump will fix this. He'll make Amazon great again. They can't delete the bad reviews fast enough on this shit show of a launch. So this is what I kind of hate about when people leave Amazon reviews. You're supposed to be reviewing the product and the quality of the product. You're not supposed to be giving your opinion on how Nintendo's launch of the product was. You're not supposed to be complaining. Nintendo should have made more available. People who have no interest are buying and selling at extreme markups. So this has nothing to do with the product. People are just mad about the price. Let's go over here and look at this controller. Oh wow, I'm surprised they're this cheap. People are selling these for $6.95. I'm wondering if this is just an old school Nintendo controller that's used, or if I'm not 100% sure whether the old Nintendo, like if you happen to have an old NES from 15, 20 years ago laying around, if your controller will work with this or not. One other thing I wanted to show you guys was so some people, one of the best sellers, and this is currently unavailable, this isn't actually a Nintendo product. It's by Nyko. Basically, a third-party company is making a remote that's compatible with a Nintendo. The one thing I get nervous about selling these is the guy is using the word for NES Classic Edition. Now, obviously, you need to tell people what the controller's for, or they're not going to know and they're not going to buy it. But sometimes you never really know how Amazon's going to react. Sometimes just simply using the word Nintendo in your listing or NES, even if you're not claiming to be an official NES product, will wind up landing you in hot water. But oh, here's one selling for $189. So they must have a lot of listings they got to get taken down. But yeah, these things are selling like crazy. Let's take a look. I don't think we have Snapchat glasses on here. No, see, we got no, they're going to pop up some camera glasses, but no Snapchat glasses. Real quickly, let's see if we got any. So Snapchat glasses. Oh, wow, yeah, people got them on eBay. So Snapchat glasses, let's look at the stats. Average price, $877. Let's see Snapchat glasses price. I'm curious to see if we can see what the okay, so the glasses retail for $130. Like I said, they're doing kind of a funny launch where they're just popping up vending machines and they're not releasing very many. So if you're lucky enough to get these for $130, you should be able to turn around and sell them for around $877. Average shipping price is $25. Average start price is $393. There's only been 130 listings. So that goes to show you how few of these glasses there are out there. Over $81,000 in sales, a pretty good sell-through rate of 71.54%. Quite honestly, I'm surprised it's not like 100%. However, the reason that it's not 100%, I'm guessing, is because some people probably have these listed for like $5,000, and those, of course, aren't going to sell. Best time to sell is 10 to 11 p.m. on a Friday. I imagine that's because it was released on a Wednesday or Thursday. Let's see, Thursday and Friday. Yeah, so basically, I don't think these are necessarily the best days to sell. It's just it got released on Wednesday or Thursday, and that's when everybody listed them. They're actually being listed in two categories: clothing and consumer electronics. Look at this. The average, or the most common sales price, is $768 to $1,023. Most listings are buy it now. So I'm kind of surprised more are in auctions. Let's see here. Let's go and look at some examples of sold ones. So 5 pairs sold for $4,000. 3 pairs sold for $3,000. Here's one pair that sold for $2,300. So if you were lucky enough to pick these up for $130, you made a come up there. Let's look at the average price of these. I'm sure again we're going to see so the total number of listings really spiked, and then everybody sold out of them, so it's down to nothing. And then the price we see went from nothing to up to, what is that, like $1,000 or something like that. So I think the Snapchat glasses are even a better seller than Nintendo. Reason being that they're just more scarce than Nintendo's. Nintendo didn't release a lot of units, but Snapchat released a lot less. So yeah, guys, the hottest products of this November are going to be the Snapchat glasses and the Nintendo stuff. If you don't already have them in your hands, probably slim chance you're going to get them. I think Nintendo's already sold out. But yeah, this is why it's so important to be on top of like trends and what's popular and what's going on online. Because if you were lucky enough to get either one of these products, you would have made a couple $1,000s with one sale if you were able to buy a couple units. even better. And with these Snapchat glasses, like I said, they are still doing this kind of funky beta release. So if you live in a big city, you see a Snapchat vending machine, you better get over there and try to buy every pair of glasses you can. I mean, if you pick up 5 pairs of these glasses, I think you could probably make close to $5 grand off of these things. So yeah, keep your eyes out, those of you guys in major cities, for Snapchat glasses. And if any of you guys have an in for Nintendo controllers, that's another hot selling product. Real quickly, I'm curious to see if anybody's got any knockoffs and or any like not official Nintendo. But okay, so someone's selling like a Super NES controller, $23. That's kind of high. Let's look at DHgate. Okay, so again, a Super Nintendo one. These things may sell right now. The problem with this is if you order these, by the time you get them, it's going to take you, a couple of weeks to get them. By the time you get them, the Nintendo hype might be over. But it probably, if you just want to test the waters, might not hurt to, buy 10 or 20 of these at the price they're going for and see if you can make a buck off of them. I was looking to see if there's anything more that looks like a Nintendo, like a classic. Okay, here we go. Classic gaming USB controller, gamepad, Nintendo NES. I don't know if this will fit into the classic edition or if you need to get some kind of adapter. Let's see if they have any pictures. Okay, yeah, so this is only going to work on computers. This isn't going to plug into the new Nintendo Classic Edition unless somebody has an adapter, in which case if you can source an adapter that will allow a USB controller to fit into a Nintendo Classic Edition, that could be some good money as well. So I've been rambling for too long, guys. We're going to cut this video off, but I just wanted to turn you guys onto these 2 hot products for November. And take a look around. If you can source a controller that works with the new edition, you can probably make a good buck on eBay and Amazon. So thanks for watching, guys. Drop a comment below. If any of you guys have the Nintendo, I'd love to hear how it is and what games they have on it. If any of you guys managed to get the Snapchat glasses, again, I'd love to see a video. So thanks for watching, guys. Drop a comment, thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video.